All right, ladies and gentlemen, here's our first game of our third place matchup for the Enterprise G tournament. This is a best of three. I'm joined by Puddin597, and we're taking a look at Team APE, which is bringing with them a Gdansk, a Fletcher, a Nurstrashimi, a Petropavlovsk with unique upgrade, an Annapolis, a Moskva unique upgrade, a San Martin, a Kremlin, and finally a Vermont. Puddin, what do we have to the south?
To the south, we have our Marseille, Riga, Kremlin, Des Moines heading to Apples with the Hiragumo. The Fletcher, San Martin, Vermont are heading towards chocolate. I guess the Nova is also heading more towards Apples.
Yeah, we looked at a Nova side.
Nova behind, like where the Thunderdome, where you would typically see it.
Mm-hmm. I was gonna say we saw a replay analysis. We did a replay analysis yesterday of Novosibirsk, so that was really fun to kind of get a better idea of what this ship is all about. Understanding what the ship is all about and whatnot, I'm wondering if there are better choices, like the Annapolis, for example, to bring. But it is what it is. Well, I would hope the Annapolis was not banned because there is one out there right now. No, the bans were Alexander Nevsky, Marseille, Napoli, and Napoli. Both teams banned a Napoli. Nuke that ship from orbit, they said.
Not Napoli enjoyers, I see. Kind of shocking.
Nope. Now, APE, you may recall, is the team that we saw yesterday throwing a bunch of ships into the Thunderdome, one of which was a Napoli. Later, this is the team that we saw pulling over and not having an exact change for the toll booth, as the two battleships sat in front of, what was that, St. Vincent, and took Funny Torp after Funny Torp after Funny Torp until they both finally died for little to no gain.
Well, sometimes that has to happen.
I mean, they said it was an off day, and we've all had that before in competitive environments. But I had a thought. I was curious about this. We didn't get a chance to talk about this, but I've seen Riga, right? That's the Tier 9 Soviet cruiser. Isn't there another Tier 9 Soviet premium cruiser that could be taken too?
What, the Kronstadt?
Yes. And would you take a Kronstadt over a Riga?
No.
Why not?
The guns are too anemic, from my experience.
I've never been a fan of the Kronstadt. I always call it the Krunkstadt because I feel like my gunners are crunk when I'm shooting with it. However, it does have... Yeah, it does have more hit points, though. And I think better armor.
Well, it's got better concealment, too.
Hmm. Well, either way, Fuel Inspector is sitting there in the Riga. Both teams opting to take a super ship, meaning they have to have two Tier 9s in order to bring one super ship.
Well,
Sorry,
I find it interesting they weren't able to get sending the French DD all the way over there.
Usually that's an auto win, but the Marceau was pushed out.
Did I see one of the DDs got their AA on?
You did. You did indeed.
I saw this in cons. This is interesting.
Argumo smoking up the Marceau? Yes.
They're not just shimmy with the San Martin. Don't know exactly how that snail is going to work out.
I don't think it's designed to be a death snail at all. So Nurstrashimi's got really good spotting. The torpedoes are pretty good on it. It's got the super heal. For a Tier 9 destroyer, it really feels like it's a 9.6 or 8 even. Same thing with Fletcher, frankly. Fletcher's a great Tier 9 destroyer. So I think he's focusing more on just trying to spot things. And he's trying to... I think what he's trying to do is get actually behind the smoke so he can catch Todd Howard's Radiance San Martin. But you know... he was within radar range. He was earlier, at least. Took some damage from the San Martin. Torpedoes coming in now, and Todd Howards will just sail away from that. He doesn't care.
I do believe the damage he took was from the initial engagement. Because it's not very much.
Yep. So here comes New Jersey in the Novosibirsk, getting behind the smoke screen along with Pico's Des Moines. Everybody's ready for fight at A, but nobody wants to fight at A. Well, that's about to change. Petropavlovsk now coming under fire. Looks like they had a radar so they could see him. Frank Fletcher's Gumo out in the open. Kind of risky decision considering he's already at half health. I don't think I would have made that decision there, Puddin. 390 hit points. Frank Fletcher now has maximum AR.
I'm surprised they're not sending, like, just trying to guesstimate where the Gumo's at.
Right? They probably don't realize how low they've gotten him. But I agree with you. Why not keep shooting? Apparently at that moment, the Novosibirsk moved up, took that position in the island, and everybody shot at him instead. Frank Fletcher now opening up again. This is just why. Why do you wish to die, sir? Why do you wish to die? Wah, you died. Like, I got so many questions on that. That was just the silliest decision.
Why do you do that again?
Maybe he's the caller. He wanted to die so he can do a better job calling for the team.
Oh, Fletcher is not in the other San Martin's gun range at sea. The Netra actually did get caught within the radar. Fletcher got caught for opening up. So Chocolate is still semi-contested, and I'm confused by the Gdansk has yet to get bacon.
I was looking at that. Sol's been kind of just doing laps around the backfield there. I'm not quite sure why. He's got radar. That would be great to catch the Fletcher and San Martin out with the Death Snail. He could go to the B cap. You're right. He could bait out the Riga radar and then, you know, do the thing again. But he's choosing not to do that. Now, we haven't been catching this. Pico is extremely low and dead now. For some odd reason, he decided to sail right in front of a Kremlin's guns in a Des Moines. Last I checked, Puddin, it's not a good idea.
Apparently it is, because it was done, so...
Ah, okay.
Well,
Meanwhile,
I mean, it was good for the Kremlin, right?
Oh, the Kremlin had a great time with that. Meanwhile, Among Cats Annapolis is currently reverse sliding on the border. Now, that's going to mean he's going to be stuck there for a long time. He's also detected, so I wouldn't be surprised. Here comes Beckinator's Kremlin Savo. Will this end the Annapolis? Of course not. It's a super ship and he's on the border.
But this should make it easier for blind shots from the Marcel to at least guesstimate where he's at, because really kind of doesn't have anywhere to go.
Yeah, and this is what we call French radar. He's just looking around, searching for it. If he sees a hit, he tries to shoot, you know, more on that spot or around it. Unfortunately, they have lost sight of him. They're still fishing for him. Meanwhile, they...
There you go. You just keep
BONKS.
shooting him one spot behind where you know he was going, but I think the Annapolis is out of range now.
He gave up. The Marceau switched to somebody else. He went back to the Kremlin because he can see him and he can shoot him.
Well, maybe the focus fire was called on the Kremlin because TCP.
Yep. I mean, how do you kill a Kremlin? You just have to get it through its DCPs. Both Kremlins just sitting there trying desperately not to die. Gdansk is now in the B cap.
Quite frankly, it's about freaking time.
So he's fortunately he's just sitting. I think he was waiting for the Riga radar to expire, but took a lot of hit points damage for just sitting there. Vermont shells from Dutch Elephant on the broadside Kremlin. A little bit of chip damage.
Well, we have Dutch snail versus Dutch snail action yet again.
Interesting that the Fletcher was able to get into the sea cap. Now, Nusushimi, though, is broadside to a series of torps coming in. He's probably going to take one right here. No! Just barely misses it as Ape loses their Kremlin.
We're about 30 seconds before the red team's Kremlin can heal because names and God knows what the team is. BONKS. BONKS is Kremlin.
Yeah, Beckenecker, yep.
He'll
be okay.
Gets caught in radar again.
He'll be alright.
Luckily, his boat's going to reverse right back into the radar again. So the radar didn't fully encompass the cap, but due to reversing and moving forward.
Monkcat takes some Kremlin salvos up the rear as host Fletcher tries to smoke him up. Does manage to go dark, but then a Monkcap thinks he's safe, so he's going to open up and tell him kind of which way he's heading. Even Maho is kind of confused and not sure where he needs to put the smoke.
Ugh.
And that'll do it. Ape, a Monkcat has to be careful not to go too far out. Doesn't matter, as New Jersey asserts his dominance of the super ship, and Maho gets detected because he's out of smoke.
Well, the Metro's still coming under heavy damage from the San Martin over at Chocolate.
And then he hits the dead hulk of his sinking teammate, which holds him in position to take more damage. Wow.
That's always nice.
That is nice. Now, New Jersey will take a Fletcher Torp, and a Tier 9 will finish this argument and avenge his comrade.
Oh, this Fletcher's in big trouble.
Oh, yeah, I see it now. The Marceau just running right into that smoke.
Why not?
There's the assassination. Yeah, of course. Absolutely. Especially because he just saw the torps come out anyway. You know he doesn't have torps at the ready. So Clefender just ended that Fletcher. And that basically means that BONKS has control of the western flank.
Well, BONKS' Vermont over at Chocolate is not too healthy. Luckily, Bogsy put an island in the way of everybody.
Well, we know Bogsy always has a soft spot for BONKS, so that makes sense.
But Apes was able to flip C to theirs with this with their Nestra.
Yep.
And just so everybody knows, I blame Bogsy for any and all islands that block my shots.
Mm-hmm. More torpedoes coming out to this new Tsushima. This can be catastrophic. He's slowing down. Oh, he slowed down right into that torpedo. Splits his hull. So much for your super heal.
Well, he's not going to be able to heal all that back.
Nope, that's going to leave a mark, and that causes a 2-ship advantage for Team BONKS.
That definitely will not buff out.
Mm-mm.
Now, the question is, do you risk the Fletcher getting Chocolate, or you just patiently keep whittling these guys down and shove something into Bacon? You know, like the Kremlin that's sitting in the Thunderdome, not really doing much, waiting for Vermont to come out.
Well, Todd Howard's Radiant takes a torpedo from that new Tsushima. Honestly, you're at the point now where you're probably telling people we're doing fine, just hold. And of course, what always happens is you get somebody that doesn't understand that message. Clefender at 213 hit points, engines broken. They cannot afford to lose this Marceau here. It's like they won't.
Like, I don't understand why nobody. You hold your Kremlin. You don't have to shove them into the Thunderdome,
Nope.
right? You assassinate the Fletcher, then you can move the Kremlin up to force the Moskva to either deal with the Kremlin or go forward and deal with the Riga. And while all that's going on, you can be like, hey, Vermont, you'll have a broadside Moskva.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And instead of letting this guy come down and around.
Dutch Elephant getting smacked. Now that Moskva did take a Marceau torpedo for his trouble. Dutch Elephant is actually backing into the torpedo that's going to kill him. That feels bad.
Well, that's nice of him.
He dropped the change of the toll booth again and had to back up. I did that once in college. I almost forgot that I was in reverse and I gunned it because I was so pissed. And then I caught myself just before I ended up on the hood of the car behind me. I looked in the rearview mirror. That person was not having a good day.
I would imagine not. I wonder if Bowser's going to give this San Martin a bad day also with this salvo.
I'm more interested in watching Gun Leo's Moskva come out completely broadside to Beckenacker's Kremlin. He realizes the mistake and he's slowing down and turning, but come on, it's a Moskva of giant turning radius. Here it comes. Ooh. And there goes the Gdansk. This game is over. 2 ships remaining.
And what do you know? The ship that goes in the Thunderdome stays in the Thunderdome.
True, but he's not going to die in there. I mean, come on. The only way he's going to die in there is if he takes a ram from the Moskva.
Or he detonates.
Oh.
Right? We've seen detonations. Well, they finally got rid of that pesky San Martin over at Chocolate.
Yes. Take Hero, Taco Bell.
All right, so all this Moskva has to do is blind shoot the Marceau, get the kill on him, detonate the Kremlin, torpedo the Riga, and he might possibly win.
Nothing but net.
Well, the Kremlin's kind of giving him enough sight to where the AP is going to do some serious damage.
Actually, it kind of is. I mean, it's a good opportunity for him to play with his food a little bit and practice his armor scheme as Bowser's Vermont just says, you know what, can we just hurry on this on up, please, and start the next game? Thank you much.
What a jerk.
Hey, I'm okay with this. We're at an 11-minute delay, so we have to get caught up. So let's just get the game over with. And
we need to hurry up and wait for the next delay.
Correct.
All right, now.
Ooh, I caught an ad break just in time. All right, so everybody go change their ships. We're going to run our ad break while we get set up for our next G. What else is happening in the tournament? Oh, yeah, that's right. Nothing, because this is the only game that's going on right now. So, y'all are stuck here waiting for us. In the meantime, if you guys have any questions, if you'd like to know anything about going on, please ask. Super Chimpy asked about super ships. I hope I answered that. And Chukwama also jumped in and answered that too, so big thanks for that. Oh, look, my calendar reminder when I initially put that the start time was at 12 noon just went off because I never remembered to change that. Oh, well. Ad break time. And guys, we're doing the ad break now until we can build up some ad-free time later for when we're stuck here and sitting around. That way you guys don't see ads while you're stuck watching us talk. I got nothing but here we go.
No.
I do agree, though, with SFNL. This was a much more balanced match. A lot of questions early on.
You know what? To be fair, anything is a more random battles matchmaking was more balanced than what we saw yesterday.
You're probably right, frankly. Don't worry. It's like if well, okay, Puddin', you're from Chicago, right? So you know the phrase "it's a building year" quite well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was a building game. That was a building day for Team Ape yesterday. That's what we saw. They were building for this very moment, right?
Right. Let's see. I don't root for the Bears because they live on the South Side, which means I definitely will never root for anybody who plays in Wrigley. Right. So I understand that the Cubs are still in a rebuilding year from what 10, like the last time they won. The Bears are still in rebuilding year from what 85.
Well, let's be real. I felt like 85. I mean, yeah, I guess. I mean, I was only 4, so I don't remember that year quite well. But
They won it in 85, and they've just been rebuilding ever since.
yeah, well, sure. And hey, now they're even building stadiums. Arlington Heights, the lakefront. Nobody knows where they're going to plop down their stadium. Everybody's just announcing that they're going here and there. They claim that there's no public funds being used. Mm-hmm.
What's wrong with Soldier Field? I mean, just just give
Oh my
it another
God,
remodel.
they're writing up already. They want to go.
What? Hold on, I'm not even tabbed back in yet.
Right?
Like,
But I mean, I'm with you on that. There was a NBC Chicago did a great feature like a 1 hour feature about Soldier Field, the need for a stadium, and then like how to get it. And they went to Los Angeles and how the Chargers stadium was designed. It was really eye opening to get an idea of like some of the features and amenities at a modern new stadium versus looking at Soldier. At the same time, looking at how they did it, without any funding from the public, taxing or anything like that, and the fact that they were able to put it together with like in one of the suburbs and like nobody really had a problem with it. They built a whole like facility around it and stuff, so it's not just the stadium and that's it. So it was really interesting to watch. I don't know if you caught it or not, but
nah. I mean, let's face it, we're in the modern era. Just make sure you got Wi-Fi and everybody's got their face in their phone anyways.
hey, I remember back in the day when Wrigley Field had the trough. When you go to the bathroom and there's literally a trough you pissed in.
Wait, they don't have that anymore?
No, they got rid of it.
Oh my God. Okay, I'm not a Cubs fan, I never will be, but one of my friends was, and we might have been sick on a few days and gone to Wrigley to watch. Like, watching a ball game in Wrigley is an experience
Mhm.
of itself,
Mhm.
right? Especially sitting in the bleachers.
Oh, yes.
So I remember the trough very well, along with the bleachers.
Hmm.
Oh no, they dropped. I was in the middle of a story. What a bunch of jerks.
I know. We'll have to continue this story later. But at least we're getting caught up now, right?
Right, this is gonna go a full 20 minutes.
All right. So here we go. Best of 2. The third place matchup. Bonks in the lead, 1 up over Ape. Bonks bringing with them Fletcher, Marceau, Harugamo. Annapolis this time. New Jersey's like, you know what? I kind of want that chip. Moskva, the unique upgrade. Todd Howard's is now in a Brisbane instead of a San Martin. Fuel Inspector drew the short straw and has to bring out the Tonga, the Buffalo. And they've got a Kremlin and Bowser again in a Vermont.
All right, so we've got the Nestor Shimmy still. Maybe I should turn the build viewer on. The Fletcher. Oh no, no. Ragnar is inherently underpowered. I can't believe they brought it. We have a San Martin, a Petro, a Vermont, an Ohio, Annapolis, Moskva. So Nestor, San Martin, Ragnar going to Apples with the Vermont Petros going behind Bacon, Fletcher, Annapolis, Ohio, Moskva to Chocolate.
There's that really weird Ohio build again with just the secondary module, and that's it for secondaries.
Uh, why?
I don't know.
I, hey, let me put one thing into that the computer controls and actually has horrendous accuracy, because just look at your how many shells fired compared to how many shells hit any secondary ship.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You're thinking, oh man, 400 shell hits, and then you go look and saw 4,000 shells fired.
Right?
Like, holy crap, you guys, you have worse aim than I do. I can't believe Golden Lew's not in a Golden Lew, but he's playing inherently underpowered Ragnar.
Well, last time he was in, that was the Riga, or was it the Moskva? I think it was the Moskva. But in any case, another ship to talk about that I'm confused about is Fuel Inspector in the Buffalo button. I mean, not the greatest of turret angles pointing forward, right? There are better angles looking back over your shoulder, kiting away. It's got the heavy cruiser radar, which maybe that's the reason why they took it. Like, you know, longer duration radar, but
Well,
Buffalo.
I dare say you have to bring a tier 9,
Right.
right? Brisbane's 12, Moskva's 12.
Yep.
So you can't bring a Donskoy,
Right.
right? So what else do you take? A Seattle?
I was just gonna laughingly mention that, but yeah, I mean, I understand what you're saying.
Well, I mean, quite literally, it's almost no other option, especially if you want radar.
Yep. Left Fender's in
Which,
trouble. He keeps getting caught on radar.
well, maybe he should stop.
Yep. I was watching a Monkcat didn't even shoot at him. I think his turrets were turning to a different target, and then they caught the Marceau again. He's gonna catch some more stuff in a little bit. Oh.
Well, I like the fact that BONKS bringing the Brisbane instead of a San Martin.
Yes, I do too.
Because you're
Monkcat now.
definitely going to force people out of that smoke, as the Annapolis is forced out of the smoke due to torpedoes.
Yep. One thing that Brisbane does really well in that smoke is you've got the nice long-range torpedoes and also the 12-kilometer radar.
Now, the one thing that doesn't excel at is actually hitting a ship at range.
Or being shot at.
Well, usually it's not because it gets nuked or it's in smoke.
That's what I mean, like... Very nice hit from Dutch Elephant on a broadside Bowser. Vermont on Vermont action there, but... I mean, it's just a battleship, so whatever. Gunlu does go in with the Ragnar and grab the A-cap, I should say, so that's good for them. They will start getting point gain for Team APE. Team BONKS, no cap, kill them all is their current plan, it seems.
Well, I mean, sadly, in my opinion, they put the Moskva in like the worst possible spot you could put a Moskva.
Yup, I'm watching it right now. Are you talking about the BONKS or the APE Moskva?
The Apes, the one that's behind C.
Being shot at right now and already down about a quarter of his HP. Yeah. A lot of teams like to put those radar cruisers there. Try to control the cap and...
You can put a radar cruiser there, like a Riga, or a Des Moines, or Petro, but a high visibility cruiser does not live long there.
Yep, they even got another firearm. They guessed really well.
I mean, the thing is, like, granted, the Marceau doesn't want to run into the Annapolis Fletcher div or comp. He doesn't have to really extend far to get the Moskva spotted.
On top of that,
You
for whatever
know,
reason, Maho's Fletcher has smoke available, and he's not using it yet, and a Monkcat is detected. Now, if I'm a Monkcat, I'm detected, I'm calling for smoke. So I feel like that was a really big decision there, because as you can see, if they can see the Annapolis, that means Bonks can get an idea of how far they need to play from that ship. And then they start seeing smoke. Okay, we know we have to be at least 10 kilometers away from that smoke.
well,
Uh-oh.
I mean, the
Uh-oh.
underpowered
Uh-oh.
Ragnar is capping bacon.
Oh, that's a huge brown alert for that red Mosfa there. Did you see all those single-fire torpedoes that just fizzled right in front of his bow?
Right. I mean, everybody knew they had no distance.
I didn't.
But I mean, like, that's the thing, though. Like, there's not very much maneuverability room, saved by distance alone.
Yep.
Right. Like, the other thing that technically saved them was, oh no, the Annapolis is spotted. These guys need to keep running. Right. So
Yep.
nothing on the plane can get your spot. As
Right.
the Ragnar is, like, at this point, it's probably just going to go in a cap C and be like, are you guys going to do anything about my inherently underpowered ship?
I mean, he might as well, because, I mean, if you look at what Bonks is doing, they're just kind of chilling on the flank, and they're waiting for Ape to make a mistake.
Well, the problem is the mistake is going to be on Bonks because they're going to be forced to do something they're not going to want to do.
Yeah, they're going to have to push. When you push, you take damage. In order to get map control, you typically lose health points. And New Jersey just gets smashed. Did you see that? He's at 5,000 and healing. I'm not sure if that was the Ohio. I think it might have been Johnny Black's Ohio that hit him. There's a petrol salvo coming in.
Yeah. Ooh, the
Left fender goes down.
So finally gets caught.
He was
Now
playing
you're
very
gonna start-
aggressively.
I mean, Indianapolis is dead. Right? There's no smoke available. He's spotted. They're going to just shoot him. I'm going to laugh when somebody misses him and hits the Fletcher.
Yep. Dutch Elephant gets the kill. Now the San Martin is healing. Let's see if he's got his funny button available, and if he chooses to use it. He actually doesn't. He can probably be a little greedy and not use it. Let's find out.
I mean,
His
might
heel's
as well
off.
use it. I mean,
Well, if you use it, then you have to charge it up again. Right now, he's not under real big threat of taking hits. So I can see him saying, you know what? It's charged, it's ready, but I don't need it yet.
no, you don't have to use the funny button, but if your heel's up, use it to get it ticking on a cooldown faster.
Right. And he just finished his heal. I wanted to see if he would use the next one.
Oh.
Use the funny button to charge up the heal right away.
I mean, we don't even know if he's got the funny button available.
News Strashimi. Do you want to die again? He wants to die again.
Probably.
He's actually slowing down and turning right into that torp again. Same thing that got him killed last game. Now Moskva is in radar range of the New Tsushima. I'm surprised that the call hasn't come out for radar.
Well, I think they're too busy focusing out this Kremlin behind chocolate.
No, I'm talking about the Moskva up to the north, cruising for Pico. But he's looking at something else anyway. Ape's Fletcher now detected on radar. He's being forced to back off. He actually hasn't taken that much damage. Any damage.
It looks like they're trying to force out this Moskva.
They're going to keep trying to force him out.
But I mean, at this point, because you've pushed it at Annapolis so far, the Moskva can just reverse to go dark, say save, and just let the Brisbane actually connect shells on the Kremlin.
All right, shells from Kremlin out on Annapolis. Don't do anything. Now, Bonks does go into A. Bowser's sailing his Vermont through the cap, getting reset. Fletcher has moved into the A cap as well, so they will definitely get the A cap. Meanwhile, the Nusashimi that took that torpedo, you can see how that super heal really has an impact. He healed himself back up to 2/3 health.
Well, Annapolis got a fire on the Kremlin. That's a perma-fire because his DCP's down for another 20 seconds.
Puddin', I think we're going to a game 3. Horror.
Well, more importantly, this is another Team Bravo win.
That is true. Oh, and
Team
that's
Bravo
the end.
making a recovery finally in this tournament. Showing up on final day.
Gotta get our death pick here. And there we go. Tied up 1-1.
Nice. I can run to the bathroom real quick.
For it. All right, I'm going to go back to our tournament page. Now, they went quickly last game to get to the next one. So I wouldn't be surprised if they are very quick at it again. So I'm going to go ahead and do an ad break now just to be safe. And we'll be back momentarily. Puddin's in the bathroom. I'm going to stand up for just a second, check on the wife and stuff. I shall return. Should also write down the game that we're doing. That would help, right? And that's going 3 games.
Alrighty.
Alrighty, indeed. Wife is out visiting her mother, so I had to get water myself. And when I talk a lot, I drink a lot more water. So I figured, you know what, this is a good opportunity just to go and get some water and hydrate. Stream Raiders is done. That Mosfa player from the last game, the red one, congratulating the Brisbane on those torpedoes in the training room. So I said I got a great shot of that brown alert moment.
Well, I mean, I think it's funny. Even us off is like, why put a mosque? What were they did?
Todd says, so I'm gonna cry or get upset when I watch it. I'm like, yes.
I mean, he is that close.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, well played to to them to keep that Moskva alive.
You know, that's one thing. Like, so I play Mosfa a lot in like clan battle stuff. I quite frankly really enjoy that ship. Um, and you know, when you play a ship a lot, you really do learn it, and you know what you can get away with and what you can't get away with and stuff. And yeah, I would agree with you. He did a fantastic job of playing that.
I mean, let's not lie. 90% of the players played Moskva to get a Stalingrad.
And that was
Right.
very worth, I might add.
Right. Like the ships that were played to get Stalingrad was Moskva, Des Moines, Shimmy, Gering, Gammy, Montana.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty sure
And
you
don't forget for the
might have
first,
had a Zau and a Hindenburg in there.
well, for the first season, the ships that were played were Hindenburg, 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 and a Hindenburg. And then it got like giga nerfed after the first season of clan battles, and people were like, "Nope, we're not going to play that ship anymore."
I just remember Zau Hindenburg on the kite side. That was your kite side.
Yep, yep.
Right.
And then people started learning the Henri and Venezia when the Mossad became more apparent.
Well, Venezia was for the carriers though too, because you could
Mhm.
protect yourself. Because AA actually worked back then too, even though it had horrendous AA, still does, but it worked.
And it's got the
And
smoke. You can just smoke yourself and whatever.
more importantly, like you say, the smoke. So you just put two Venezias together and
Mm-hmm.
take turns.
Mm-hmm. I think my favorite Clan Battles experience though was when the Bourgogne came out, and a lot of people hadn't like figured that ship out yet. And I took it into Clan Battles, Sea of Fortune. I was on the south side, and I completely half health an Henri in the first salvo because he wasn't expecting anybody to be where I was. And then my team was like, "Oh, so that's why that ship's pretty cool." Yeah.
I think my favorite clan battle moment was the end of the tier 6 season, so I never ever have to play Hangyu ever again.
Uh, I didn't mind playing Huang He and Perth. There's always Huang He though because of the anti-air. I minded playing oh god, what's the German heavy cruiser? The pocket battleship thing, whatever. What do they call it?
I don't know. I'm sure chat will remind us.
Chat, you guys know what I'm
The game
talking about.
started.
It's got the two triple turrets, one on either end of the ship, and 8-kilometer torpedoes.
Respe?
Crash Bay, thank you. I hated playing that ship so much.
Right, but that literally got banned. I believe that was the first ship to ever get banned before the season even started.
Right, right, but the original tier 6. That's all you saw. Anyway,
Yeah.
game time. And I screwed up the side. Now game time. So here we go, guys. Game 3 of our third place match. On the APE side, we've got Nustrashimi again, Fletcher again, Gaunlu again. Ships that aren't moving.
Yeah, they're shooting. I think somebody DC'd. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say somebody DC'd.
Well, as we always like to say, close game could have gone either way. Yep.
Why is somebody question marking that? Like, read the rule set. Even I knew it was a delay or somebody disconnected.
He's in a spectator slot, and there are actually a number of streamers who are spectating and streaming this for the first time.
Oh,
So,
wow.
I'll give them that. You know,
I
would.
won't.
Okay. I've had a lot of fun actually helping out a couple of streamers, one German and one Brazilian, with getting set up for this tournament. So it's kind of fun to be able to, see more and more people getting into the casting side of things. Because it's nice to get more and more uh, coverage out there, especially earlier stages of tournaments. All right, well, this time I get to fix my mistake and not make the same mistake, so that's exciting as we restart and get into our game 3 again.
So you're the cause of the restart.
So I am the cause of the restart because I screwed up my, yes. Well, let's call it that. So, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is game 3, APE and BONKS. BONKS, the seeded team. This is for the 3rd place in the tournament. On the green side is APE with Nusushimi, Fletcher, Ragnar, Reload, Moskva, and Annapolis. A unique upgrade, Petropavlovsk, San Martin. There's that wonky... Oh, wait! Hey! It's like somebody was listening to us, Puddin'. The Ohio now has secondary range as well as the secondary module. Proud moment right there. And then Dutch Elephant is in his Vermont.
Still a sad face for me.
Why?
Yeah. Secondary build, I just, no.
Okay.
All right, for the red team, we've got the Kitakazi, Petro, Schlieffen, Schroeder, Moskva all heading to apples. The Gdansk looks like he's gonna test the waters at bacon.
Mm-hmm.
The Annapolis, Hiragumo, Vermont are heading to chocolate. So
there's also Moskva coming with to the A.
I believe I called out the Moskva, Mr. Fuel Inspector, but I believe Mr. Todd Howard is going for, I want to play a different ship for every game.
Feels that way, doesn't it?
Like, my hat's off to you, good sir.
It's kind of fun. It forces you to change things up, play differently.
Like, I don't foresee a Kitakaze smoke going right in there with a Schlieffen and a Schroeder.
Mm-hmm.
While you have a radar going off every 3.5 seconds.
Sure, why not?
Looks like they could Gdansk backed off from bacon because somebody brought an inherently underpowered Ragnar that all he did was cap last game.
Yep. Ragnar is just such a nice pick.
Now it is
Great
what the crawling smoke?
Ragnar? No.
Okay.
You're thinking of the Vampires.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Ragnar has the radar and the heal combination, and it's got the really good side plate armor. So a lot of destroyer HE shells will shatter on its side. Like the Gdansk right now shooting him. He's not gonna do much damage to him. Even if the Ragnar was still spotted. I don't remember the exact millimeter, but it's enough to shatter like a 5-inch gun, the 127s and stuff.
Well, he easily dodges torps.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you should teach the Netsushimi how to do that.
All right, well, there's your smoke from the Kitakaze.
I'm shocked.
One of the tricks of the Kitakaze I like to talk about is you've got the ability to use your main battery, your torpedo reload module right away. And I'm surprised that he didn't do that, because then he could have fired torpedoes and surprised the group at A.
Moskva popped his radar to catch the Ragnar and bacon. Going, shatter my shells, buddy. Well, he had a speed boost already running, so he got out of dodge very quickly.
Another feature of the Ragnar. I'm old in caster age, thanks.
And Annapolis got caught out broadside.
Ooh! Paid the price for that.
Oh, yes, he did.
But now the question is, are these guys going to push with an Annapolis, a Fletcher, and Ohio over there? Or are they going to sit? If they sit, they're going to lose. If they push, they could have a chance to lose. It really depends how it goes.
Well, I mean, you got 2 German hydros, so why would you not push?
I like how Rias was trying to draw the Ohio fire by sitting out in the open and shooting. That does allow Bowser to get behind the island. He was dark anyway, but still, it's kind of cool to see.
Well, I mean, it means the Ohio shot, which, you know, your sleeping goes, well, I can now at least shoot because shots were already in the air on somebody else.
Right.
Now, the question is, do they wait for Kitty Smoke to go?
Wait a minute if that's the case.
Or are you waiting to spot potential torpedoes?
A lot of time to wait.
Right, because we've done none of that in this tournament at all.
Frank Fletcher's Harugamo taking some hits early on from even the San Martin.
Well, while that was going on, the Ragnar managed to cap Bacon.
Yeah, well, you would expect that.
All right. I think we have a docking maneuver going on with the Schlieffen Schroeder.
This is how babies are made. This is how you make the Hindenburger. I don't know
No,
something.
this is how you get the Cloudswits.
Cosmos, thank you. That's what I was trying to think of.
Okay.
Well, they're definitely not
Oof.
waiting for the Kitakaze smoke.
No, I think they were waiting for the torpedoes.
Well, okay. They paid pretty heavily price for that waiting there.
I don't know why, but I mean, it is what it is. The Kitty knows it's got to be the Petro radar, not the Annapolis radar. So
Yeah.
you just got to bide his time. While, ironically, your Petro's moved up into the cap. So we have a capping Petro versus a. I sit on the other side of the island and radar Petro. We have two German ships trying to kill an Annapolis. I actually don't know what fires faster, the secondaries or the Annapolis.
It's a good question. Bowser showing broadside to the Annapolis. He's just changing to AP. And then here comes Ohio shells on Todd Howard's Radiance's Schroeder, who's just decided to stop and die. Oh, look, Mr. Shimi took a torpedo again.
Then
Imagine that. He's done that every single game.
well, at least he's consistent. Well, Todd Howard is gonna go down.
Did I say?
Not gonna survive much longer.
What did I say a few minutes ago? If they stop, they'll just die.
If they push, they just like it's just. How do you guys want to die? I mean, now he has to stop. Now they have to heal up.
Yep.
Like there is no choice.
Yep. But hey, you know what? They are dark and they've got the ability to heal, possibly. So that's important.
You know the Petro radar's down for a bit. The Annapolis is too
Out of
far
range.
to radar.
By a good margin. All right, now what Bowser's going to do here, hopefully if he does it right, is he's going to push Todd Howard's into the island and out of incoming fire. Kind of did that. So only got 2 more DCPs left. Bowser. Your capping Petro has moonwalked out of A.
Well, I mean, no longer needs to sit in a cap and just die for nothing. You have 2 caps. There's no reason to move. So, like, in all honesty, the Schlief and Schroeder can just sit there and, well, heal up the best life that they can heal up while waiting for APE to push into A. Pray to God your Petro lives. Oh, wait, it's a Petro. So it should survive by the time something happens.
They're actually moving him.
Oh, yeah.
What?
Yeah. Put him to the other side of the island. All right. Get out of harm's way. Help farm out this Moskva.
Yeah.
All right. Like, I understand having him move forward the way he did so they'd stop shooting him, but, you know, why not just put him on the outside of the island? Now, you know, he's a glorified button pusher. Let me just radar. Oh, look, there's radar from
Petro.
APE's Petro.
Yep. That should
Gdansk
catch the
radar.
Kita. Yep. Catches the Kita and the Gdansk in smoke. So now they see the the Ragnar's over here. And the Petro moving up.
Oh,
Fender,
yeah, it's just taking
though,
so much damage.
dies. Dutch Elephant
Nice
with
shot.
a Vermont salvo. 20 kilometer.
We have the Hiragumo Annapolis pushing up on the San Martin. This will be interesting.
I mean, you might as well, right? Because,
I mean, Vermont said my gun's already looking in a different direction.
right. The interesting thing is that the Gumo is going to get spotted right here, yeah. So now he's spotted. He's going to say, crap. I mean, it's just AP only, so he can bow into him, but it will charge up the San Martin's funny button.
Now,
Also,
I do like the use of the smoke because you force out the radar, and
Yep.
like you say, you just kind of say bow in and be like, okay, now what?
Yep.
Unfortunately, the hydro for the Annapolis is down. So
Yeah, those torpedoes will be spotted the hard way. Now, if I'm the Annapolis player, I always say that your teammates make good hydro. So that Haragumo is, there you go. See, hydro right there. Boom, discount hydro.
oh, and here we go with the Ohio making a push on the Schlieffen-Schroeder combo.
I don't get why New Jersey is insisting on using AP against the San Martin. The San Martin clearly knows that you know that the San Martin isn't going to give him side.
I don't know, but the Annapolis kills the Petro.
BONKS is Petro, yeah. So remember I was talking about them moving him? He got kind of stuck. He wasn't able to back up far enough to make the full turn, so he just ended up dying there. Now, we will probably see the funny button be used on the San Martin, as Dutch Elephant has had enough time to turn his guns all the way around.
Oh, Vermont finished off the Gumo.
Yup.
Oh, look, the
Now-
Annapolis finally found his two button, or one button.
Yep. So the San Martin is using his heal. Now, he's not detected, so he can probably afford to not use the funny button again. That being said, he only has one heal left, so he might as well just use it and get that heal at the ready. That's a big misplay, I think, over there on the side of BONKS. There was no need for the Haragumo to keep sailing forward outside of that smoke.
Why do you push these guys up anyways? You've clearly got the cap.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, you gotta get the flank, but the problem is that they gave up an awful lot in order to do that.
I mean, I still think they overextended.
Yep.
Like, ironically, the battle is going to be won or lost at Apple's here.
Right. Now, I mean, if the Gumo stayed in the smoke, we're able to make things work out for him, it'd be a different situation. But look at Johnny Black just slowly trying to work his way up. Hits Bowser in the rear. Oberpens astern. Todd Howard's now coming up saying, shoot me instead, please.
I know. I mean,
What
you
are
can't
we
get
seeing
the
here?
torps off. Of
What are we
Ram.
seeing here?
He's going to go ram the Ohio.
They can't afford to ram, though. Well, he misses the Ohio, and... Pardon me, I need to take the screenshot of that, because that's just too funny.
Ironically, now that blocks torpedoes for a week and a half, and Johnny
It
can't
does.
move forward either.
Yep, and take a look at where the Annapolis bow ended up. That's quite lewd. Anyway. San Martin at 955 hit points. So I guess he didn't have his funny button charged up and ready. Tell you, the play of the game so far, it's been Dutch Elephant with his Vermont play. He's just making some really good shots and getting those crucial kills when they need it the most.
I think Bowser's going to go down here.
Yeah. Black is like, get out of my way, stupid sinking ships.
Well, I mean,
Jesus.
okay, puppy, calm down. It's just a Schlieffen dying. We've all seen it.
You can't just park behind an island. Oh well. It's like they parked behind the island, then they came out, got hammered, went back behind the island, and then just sat there and then got hammered. Fuel Inspector getting a really nice shot on the Petro that, for whatever reason, said, here, shoot me. Let's even it up a little bit more. But he's going to go down anyway. Rias's Kiyakaze is almost dead.
Well, it looks like the victories for Bravo are coming to an end very quickly.
Yes. And remember that BONKS is technically the seeded team in this game, and APE is going to come away in 3rd place in this tournament.
I question sending both of those ships to the island.
Oh, yeah.
Like, why not just run that kitty straight up through A, just go right at him and be like, okay, we're going to get close enough to this Annapolis to, if he shoots, he's spotted. And just yeet him.
Yeah, I'm not sure why the Kita went into A after that position. I guess he thought I can grab it, but, like, if they wanted to wait for that, if they wanted to smoke,
like,
you know,
grab it,
that's
come
more
back
important.
And smoke them out of there.
Right, that's more important.
But I mean, we don't know what the call was or the initial game plan. And
We most
according to
definitely
Chuck,
do not.
we just make everything up on the fly. It's kind of like clan battles.
Oh, look, the final is postponed by 15 minutes.
Yeah, that started at the beginning. That posted that at the start of this game.
Yep.
Ironically,
Probably because
this
they got
game-
nobody watching it right now. Are they going to get a time extension?
Oh God, I hope not.
Nope.
We don't need any more delays.
Got a double death pick at the end to round this out as APE wins 2-1. Clinch 3rd place. GG's to APE. We need to get out quickly and get to this next game so they don't start without us.